Back everybody to Everyday A&P. We're going to be continuing our series of videos covering the different organelles of the eukaryotic cell. And so today we want to cover the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus will also be known as the Golgi body. It could vary depending on which textbook you read or which source you use, but they are synonymous to one another. So before we go into learning the actual anatomy of the Golgi apparatus, we want to cover what the function of the Golgi apparatus is. So we talked about how proteins are synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum from the ribosomes. And once these proteins are synthesized, they are transported to the Golgi apparatus. And here, what happens is that these proteins are modified and packaged. So the proteins are modified and packaged. So let's go a little bit more in depth and learn the anatomy of the Golgi apparatus. So here we have the Golgi body, and the top right here is known as the cis face, and the bottom, or the opposite side, is known as the trans face. So cis face, so it's on the same side of what? Of the endoplasmic reticulum and the nucleus. And the trans face is because it's on the opposite side, facing the cell membrane. Facing the cell membrane. Now, we will also see that we have these other vesicles that are independent or attached. It looks like it's kind of being separated. So what are they, right? Well, the ones on the cis face, on the cis side, are the incoming transport vesicles. Vesicles. And the ones on the near the trans face, like this one, are newly formed or forming newly formed vesicles. And we could say that these are newly forming. They haven't completely formed just yet. So that is a very, very overview anatomy depiction. Now, the Golgi apparatus also has these folds, right? They have these pancake-like chambers, and which are right here, these pancake-like chambers. They're folded, and these are called cisternae. And it's similar to those that we find in the endoplasmic reticulum. And they play a major role when it comes to preparing proteins for secretion. So as we can visualize, we have the incoming transport protein or vesicles that are coming to the cis side. They basically merge with the membrane of the cisternae, and they modify and they package these proteins in a different manner, the way that they are intended to be used for the cell's purpose or for whatever other purpose that may be needed outside of the cell. And they basically go through these pancake structures called cisternae, and they come out on the trans face as newly formed vesicles. Now, we can also label one more part, which is known as the inside. The hollow part that we see in this picture, right? And this hollow part is known as the lumen. All right. So the lumen is where all this modification and packaging is going to take place of these different proteins. So we can really assume and use this as an analogy with a post office, right? If we want to take some type of mail, some type of package, we go to the post office. So that package that we want to send off is like that incoming transport vesicle, And the post office is the Golgi apparatus. So the post office, what they're going to do is they're going to pack it in a certain way, they're going to modify it, whatever else they have to do, and then the post office is going to ship that out or mail it out to its desired location, which we see as the mail trucks, the UPS, FedEx, whatever it may be, or even the U.S. Postal Service. They behave as these newly formed vesicles, which are going to transport that package to its desired destination. So the Golgi apparatus it's very cool. It's a very unique organelle where it modifies and packages these different proteins that the body and the cell need. And we went over and discussed the anatomy of the Golgi apparatus. And I hope this video was very helpful. Definitely, if the analogy was also helpful, keep that in mind as you're studying. Try to connect these biological concepts to the real world, apply them, just so it may be more easier for you to understand and even remember. So if this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and continue sharing these. We really appreciate it. I hope this video was helpful. And until next time, take care, everybody.